It is day number 24 of vlogging for 20 minutes a day for 365 days. No edits, no filters, whatever happens, happens. And what's happening today is we are in a van for the second day. We had a great night's sleep last night, which was really interesting because we slept up in the tent up here and you could really hear the intensity of the ocean. And that was really cool. It felt like we had a noise app on all night long. Where it would be really difficult, I think, though, is if you were in a place that was loud and you had to sleep up there, because we could hear the noise so much from the ocean that when you came down in here, it sounded like a whole different area. Like Everly wouldn't have heard it much.
I wonder how it would be for like stealth camping. Because you can't, it's not very stealthy to have it popped up.
Yeah.
But then it's like, does it matter? Does it not matter? I don't know. If you're in the city, does it matter? I don't know. I
think if we were in the city trying to stealth camp, which you're not going to do in this rig anyway because it has a big Siesta Campers van sign on it, we would all just sleep in this bed down here. Yeah. We'd keep this closed because it compresses, like there's no noise from outside really when you have this closed. When you go up there, there's a lot. So I think that's how we would do it in particular if we were going to try to stealth camp. But just to give you a little idea of who we are, I'm Frankie. This right here is my wife, Alex. This is Everly. How's your sandwich? Good? Yeah. And right now we are traveling around Portugal. And for the last 7 years of our lives, we've been traveling in general, all over the place, living out of vans. We've built our own vans. So it's interesting to be in a rental because they're definitely built differently than what we do for our own individual vans. We build them out specifically for our lifestyle. And these are great to rent and go travel around the place. They have all the things you need, hot water, shower, all that stuff that typical house dwelling people really want. So that's how they set them up. And so I get it. I understand. There's also plenty of room for like our luggage and stuff too as well. Everly, do you want to give them a tour of the van? Yeah? So what's this area called that you're sitting in?
Well, let her swallow her food first. It won't be a very nice tour if she's got sandwich in her mouth the whole time.
Yeah, we are having lunch right now, so. So this up here is the driving area. Is this where Daddy sits?
No, that's.
Yeah, and I drive.
Here, let me take your mic.
That's Mommy's.
And what?
No, that's Mommy's seat.
Right where I'm sitting is Mommy's seat. She's the princess passenger.
Where are you sitting?
We sit right here.
Does anybody else come in the van?
Who? You're so cute. You're so cute.
Where do you sleep?
I sleep in my room.
Where's your room?
I will show you.
Okay.
I will show you.
You're gonna show us? Whoa.
Nice job.
Look.
We're like, we moved in here yesterday. Please excuse the mess. We haven't figured out where everything goes yet.
Show us.
Look.
I'll show them.
Oh, here. You want to go up?
Emily sleeps in this area. I'll show them the area you sleep in.
Look. I like it and sleep and me fall down.
Basically, she's trying to say that she doesn't want to fall down.
So you stay over here, right?
Yeah. I sleep right here. And I sleep like this.
Pretty good sleeping. Was it comfy last night?
Yeah.
Good.
You slept the whole night.
Yeah.
Great job. And what'd you do in the morning?
I wake up and Mommy leaves.
Mommy leaves? Where did I go?
Mommy read these books. And Mommy me sleep and Mommy wake up and touch my legs and Mommy say, I want to touch your hair, Mama.
What did Mommy say?
Mommy say, no touch Mommy's hair.
This is our nighttime routine.
Yeah.
We've just implemented a plan where she can only touch my hair for a certain number of minutes, and then she gets a massage for a certain number of minutes, because it had been extending into an hour and a half of hair touching and massaging. And Mom was getting a little bit tired of that. So now we have some firm limits on bedtime routines.
And what Everly didn't tell you is what we did in the morning is what would happen in our trailer. We would open up the back windows back there and look at the view out the back. And this morning we had an absolutely epic view, which you guys will see on FNA Life.
But yesterday you kind of showed them in this vlog.
Yeah, that's true. Yesterday's video, the view that you saw out the back windows during yesterday's video was the view that we woke up to, and it was incredible. And Everly was like, oh, wow. And then we saw some seagulls walking by in the morning. That was cool.
That was cool. That was a really beautiful seagull. It was like, it had like tortoiseshell brown. Like, it was very pretty.
It was very, very nice. Yeah. And so being in the camper van has made us feel like we're at home again, because we love traveling in a camper van. We love traveling and like being able to park up in really cool spots, because you would have to pay top dollar at a hotel to be able to have a view like what we had. And this was free.
Yeah. And we got to meet some cool people.
Yeah. And we, a family pulled up next to us that had a little boy that was 5 years old, and Everly and Daniel played from basically the moment they got there till the moment it was time for bed. And actually Everly was like, okay, mommy, daddy, time for bed, which is something that never happens. So that was nice.
Yes, but then we came back in, and then she was like, haha, I don't want to go to sleep. What are you talking about?
But at least she like communicated to us that she was like going that direction. So if you guys don't know, the goal for this channel is to donate as much money as we can to charity every single month. And so this month's charity is No Kid Hungry. And at the end of the month, we'll tally up all the money through GoFundMe, and we'll submit that money to that charity. And then we'll start a new one next month. And then any of the money that gets donated to this channel via super chats or super thanks or anything like that, once we're monetized fully via YouTube, then that money will go to the charity as well. So we appreciate everybody who has donated. We're already past 60% of our goal. And thank you so much to everybody who's donated. We're trying to get to $1,000. That would be basically $1 per person. So if you can donate, please do. If you can't, I understand. I've already donated $50, so I got us, a portion of the way there. And there's been a couple of people who've donated 150, even 5, 6. It doesn't matter what you donate. If you do donate something, that's amazing, and that's what matters. Everly, you got anything to contribute? Yeah. What?
Cones.
You want ice cream cones? What about ice cream cones? That's all.
That's all? Ice cream cones? Very good. I like your ad. Who doesn't like ice cream cones? I love ice cream cones. Do you remember the first type of ice cream that you ever ate?
I don't remember the first type of ice cream I ate, but I do remember that there was a Baskin Robbins in our town, and it was like a big deal. We would like go with our parents to the Baskin Robbins, and there was like all the flavors, and you would pick, and there was one in the mall, but there was one outside of the mall too, so you could like choose which Baskin Robbins you wanted to go to. Actually, I think the one in the mall was actually Laura Secord. So you could either get chocolate or like the Laura Secord, and they had a really good like cotton candy swirl one.
You know what was really big for me?
What?
Carvel. Carvel. My dad used to love Carvel. There was a Carvel not too far away from us. It was like probably like maybe a 5-10 minute drive to get to it.
Nice.
And we would get the flying saucers, which is like it's like a cookie sandwich, but with like a crumble cookie, kind of like sticky chocolate cookie type of thing. That either had vanilla chocolate or vanilla chocolate swirl inside, and they were delicious. But one of my favorite things of growing up is, since I lived in New York and I grew up in New York for the beginning of my childhood till I was 12. Yes. You go to the pizza place and you get an Italian ice. And that to me was one of like my favorite experiences as a kid growing up, was just like going to get an Italian ice. It would, for me, I would get chocolate chip quite a bit. Like vanilla chocolate chip was one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites today. I would say that also as a kid, you would probably get like a flavored one. Rainbow was big back then. So we used to get rainbow ices all the time. And
we actually got Everly she really wanted like the pink one.
Yeah.
The other day, like it was.
Was
it kind of? It was like a cotton candy pink, like swirly thing.
It was marshmallow.
And we were like, oh, okay, like whatever. We got it, and then both of us tried it, and we were both like
that was not good.
My, that was yucky. Like it just tasted so fake flavored, you know, versus like now I'm more of like a pralines and cream gal, or like a like I do love like a sorbet.
Your taste buds really have grown.
And actually I think pralines and cream is one of my dad's favorite flavors. So that was probably around a lot when I was a kid. One thing I used to like to do when I was in high school, you would put maple syrup and lemon juice and like pralines or like some kind of like walnut into a frying pan and butter and like melt it together.
Interesting.
And then pour it on top of your ice cream.
See, this must have been a Canadian thing.
Slaps.
They have lots of maple syrup, so you know they put maple syrup on everything. And actually, fun fact: their money smells like maple syrup.
Yeah, the government gives you a gallon of maple a month per family, subsidized. Imagine.
These are actually jokes.
There is apparently a maple syrup cartel, though.
Do you remember when we were in Oregon and like the 16-year-old kid came up to us and was like, I heard that the money in Canada smells like maple syrup. Is
like
that
scratch
true?
and sniff maple syrup? And we were like
no.
No.
So if you thought it smelled like maple syrup, it might have just been from somebody touching it that had maple syrup on their fingers.
Yeah. I was like, oh, no, honey. Sorry. She's like, I saw it on the internet. I was like, yeah, that tracks, you know.
That would be like saying that
you want more?
The money in Portugal smells like pasta de nata.
Ooh, wouldn't that be nice?
It would be.
Right? You need more grapes? Yeah? Okay, I'll cut up some more grapes. Pretty good, right? It's starting to warm up. I feel like I'm going to need to change for the afternoon because the morning on the coast was really windy. Actually, the only reason we really left the coast was because Everly was hating the wind. Like, she didn't want to be outside. And then when we would get inside the van, she's like, let's drive to town. So we drove to town.
She actually really wanted to be outside the van, but the wind was just too much.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So much so where she was like, can you take out my carriage and I sit inside of it and you put up the hood on it?
Okay.
Good? You all right?
Need water?
No. She's eating grapes right now, so it's something that you always got to pay attention to. Supposedly, they're a choking hazard.
Yeah, so that's why I'm cutting them up into small pieces, but they're like perfect windpipe size, even for adults, but we're pretty good at chewing, so not so worried about it for myself.
The other thing that I really love about traveling in a van is the fact that we can make our own little food. So like even just sandwiches, like having a snack along the way. That doesn't stop us from going out to eat and like seeing the other places and stuff, but it does allow us to have like a quick snack before we travel or go somewhere. And
well, I think it makes it a little bit less expensive too, because like say we drove to this town to like explore a bit, we basically would have had to get lunch out before we drove home because like you wouldn't have time to like drive back home. Blah blah. You're too hot. I was starved. We went to a park. We went to a cafe. Got a coffee and a tea
because I had to upload the daily video.
Yeah, so we're chasing the internet now.
Yeah, a
little bit because we're not in the house.
So if we do miss a day, it's not because I didn't record it; it's because we couldn't upload it in time.
We're doing our best, but so we got our little cafe thing, and then we went to a playground nearby, and then we were playing at the playground with another kid and mom. We actually chatted with the mom for like an hour.
She was really sweet.
She was really nice. But then I was like, I'm starving. And then I was looking up restaurants and stuff, and I was like, it's like not really restaurant time yet. It's like it's a little bit too early still. So then you have to wait for the restaurant to open and blah, blah. So I was like, you know what? Let's just go have a sandwich. And honestly, when we're in the van, I'm probably going to be doing a lot more like easy meals.
Yeah.
Like grab and go stuff. So if you have any suggestions on your favorite grab and go, let me know in the comments.
I also do want to say thank you guys so much for all the subscribers. There's over 2,000 subscribers now on the channel. We have 2,054 subscribers, and it's been growing every day pretty quickly. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys for giving all your input on the channel too as well and telling me your stories, because we like to hear about you as well. And your stories actually open up memories for us. Like our stories are opening up memories for you.
Want more
She
drink?
needs more.
Okay.
And I didn't expect this to grow so fast and be such a cool thing. Yeah, but like I think it's the rawness and the realness of it that makes it really unique and different than what we're seeing on YouTube every day. And now, especially, sorry for the burp, with AI being a big thing, like everything's getting more and more fake out there.
It's actually really hard to tell sometimes when something's AI and when it's not. Like I'll watch it and I'll be like, no way. And then I look and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Or I'll be like, oh my God, that's so cool. Is that possible? And then I'm like, no.
There've actually been some like, because I've been watching these like healthier eat things. And there's this one guy I've been enjoying watching and his is real for sure. But then there's this other guy that looks like he's in a different country.
Like Uncle Pappy
Yeah.
was actually a young guy with just an old guy filter on his face. And like whatever, his message still stands. But there is a little bit of like, you were lying that whole time.
There's a falsity to that, right? And like, I understand why sometimes people want to do it to be able to like try to.
Well, it's a little bit like catfishing in a way.
Exactly.
Like if you think about like there was a woman who was using a filter to make herself look like super pretty or whatever. And then it turned out that she was using this like super heavy AI filter and that she wasn't actually as pretty as she was saying. So like, what's the difference between her doing that and then him pretending to be older to get credibility?
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. Is like it's all gonna be based on your opinion on how you feel about what they just did, right?
Like I'm not mad at anybody about it.
No, but you might not watch.
Like, oh, I'm gonna unfollow you. There was another account a long time ago. This like travel influencer account, and they had these crazy photos that were like, oh my God, how'd they get that close to that giraffe? Or like,
how is there so many
balloons in the air or whatever. And then they started selling a course on how to make your photos look like that.
Yeah. And
because
so,
none of their photos actually looked like that.
AKA they were faking it the whole time. I do want to show you guys out the window here. So this is the little town we're in. Do you know the name of the town by any chance?
It's SINES, Signs.
Signs. And actually, where it says there's a little castle there. Did you see it when we were at the playground?
I did.
The castle walls?
Yeah.
So there's like a little cute castle in this little town here, coastal town. Yeah, I've been growing more and more fond of Portugal every single day. Like it's definitely a place I want to come back to again, you know, which is interesting because I feel like a lot of the times we go somewhere, it's like, okay, that was fun. Let's move on to a new place. And we're not like chomping at the bit to go back. But I feel like Portugal is one of those places that's going to feel like a place that we're going to always want to come back to.
Yeah. It's so tricky because like, well, now that we have this goal of trying to get to 20 countries before I release 5, I don't want to repeat any countries in this time frame because it's like we're trying to like get to new countries. Yeah. So, you know, that kind of, yes, I would love to come back to Portugal, but also not until we're done with our goal.
My real question for them is, how do they feel about you waving this knife around the whole time you're talking?
Be afraid.
But every time, get it out of my face.
It's just a tiny little IKEA thing.
The good part is I trust you with a knife.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Huh?
Saucy sauce.
Sauce.
Mm-hmm. Scissors?
Sauce.
You want some sauce for your grapes?
I don't know if there's grape sauce.
Yeah, so we're not like at like a crazy scenic viewpoint or anything like that. And we were gonna actually vlog while we were out there, but then we got talking and time just passes by so fast.
And I got hangry.
Yeah, Alex got hangry. Maybe we should film that when you're hangry.
Yeah, that's such a great idea, Frank.
I don't mean, you know, I'm not trying to poke the bear.
It's the raw, real
Alex
in a mood.
I'm going to try to find a quick comment of the day before the video ends. So every single video, we try to do a comment of the day. And here we go. I'm going to scroll down a bit. Let's see. So Kate said, I love this house sit for you with the animals and watching Everly make us happy.
What?
And Everly makes us happy. You're great parents. Thank you, Kate. Kate Hudson.
No way.
Kate Hudson? It's funny because you are the Kate Hudson. Just to let you know, even though you might not be like the movie star Kate Hudson, you're still the Kate Hudson.
To us.
Yeah. So we appreciate your comment. Thank you so much. It's amazing to just see how much you guys love us and